Alright guys, welcome to this new video. Today we'll be talking about rational um, equations part 1, and in this part I will tell you what a rational fraction is, or a rational sentence, and after that our next one will be how do we do basically add or subtract or multiply and division are easy. I'm not gonna go in that, but I'll tell you how to add or subtract rational equations, or yeah, that's it. And in our final part, it will be how to divide a rational equation. Now, um, what is a rational equation? Now, let's go with blue. Okay, now a fraction which both numerator and the denominator are an algebraic sentence. This is the best thing I can say about a rational equation. How is that? If you look back at our last course, I said we talked about algebraic sentences and algebraic sentence. Now, what was these? Now, these were when we had a r multiplied by x to the power of w. That was what we had, right? So this is an algebraic sentence, and this was plus the same thing plus to the power of w. No, that's bad w, but yeah. Now this is a sentence. Forgot to put the minus here. So this is a sentences. This one is a regular sentence, which we talked about in our last course. Now, this is the main part. A rational equation. These three I wrote is a rational equation. We don't care if it has what is being multiplied with. I mean, it is important what is being multiplied with, but it's also important that it's a basically dominator thing. Okay. Now, if we don't have this, it's considered a rational sentence because, as you see, this all of these guys are part of this. But yeah, it doesn't. It still doesn't matter, but it also matters. Now, why did I wrote these three equations? Because we need to solve them. These equations tell us how we can unidentify a rational equation or fraction. Now, before I get to this, I need to tell you one thing. A unidentified division is because fractions are basically division. So a unidentified fraction, it means that the denominator is zero. Basically, it says that if you divide anything by zero, the answer will still be unidentified. Okay, more of the last part where I talked about the equation of the linear equations. This means if we have basically zero, now any infinity number, I'm just writing infinity. This will every single time will mean it's zero. But if we have 0 divided by infinity, it means that it is unidentified. Okay, so since we can't divide anything by 0, it will be impossible. Now, usually questions tell us how, in what scenarios these are unidentified. First of all, we need to simplify these. It doesn't do not basically get tricked by the denominator. We only need to play with the dominators. Now, I'm not gonna touch this, so I'm gonna write this same thing plus 3x. Okay. Now this is a variable, so this is variable number 3, if I'm not mistaken. X plus 8. X, oh, sorry, that's minus 4. Okay, in this case, The only way that this is a unidentified, it's when we have x equals to negative 8 or positive 4. That's too small to me, right? Or positive 4. That's how it is unidentified. Now here, it's basically easy. I don't need to play with it. I just need to say that x, right, bigger, x or y equals to 0. And in this case, I need to do this. X plus 3x. Now, that will be, I'm going to factor in, and no, I don't need to factor it. I think I need to factor it, yeah. X plus 4. In this case, x is either 0, 0, so x equals to 0 or negative 4. Yeah. So this is how you solve, how you make these unidentified fractions. Now, yeah, basically rational course is an easy course. It's basically fractions. They're just dealing with fractions. Now, in our first course, our final course of algebra, which will be about how to solve rational equations. Now, last part I said how do we unidentify them. Now, this is where we say that, not say, we just do one equation, because every single one of them are just the same thing. The difference is that their shape of it changes. Now, I wrote a equation here. So yeah, how do we solve it? First things first, I'm going to simplify this. How's that? I'm going to do this. So this is a second variable, so this will be an x minus 3 and x plus 3. So in this case, this will be a x plus 3 and x minus 3. And right now, this is normal fractions. What does this side have? Wait, sorry, I'm basically confused. Oh no, so this stays. I believe this stays. Okay, now here's where the thing starts. Now, what does this side doesn't have that this side does? It's a x minus 3. So we multiply this by x minus 3. So x times x minus 3 equals to x squared minus 3x. Okay, now we have that. X and x and negative x squared and positive x squared cancel each other out, and in the end we have basically, I'm going to write this here. So this will be a negative 3. Wait, why? Yeah, it's negative. So negative 3x divided by x plus 3 multiplied by x minus 3. I think that's, I mean, we can go, I mean, it is possible to go even further. We can do this. So negative 3x x squared minus 9, because this is the same as that. So I can just that's it. That's basically it. Yeah. Okay, guys. Now, after I solve that, now I'm gonna solve this one. How do we solve this? Now, after this, everything will be the same. So, addition, you just saw how it works. Decrease, when you're decreasing them, it's just the same as addition. You just need to have the dominators the same thing, and then just follow this example. And but when I'm doing a division, now this is division part one. Division part two will be next part. You just it's just the same as multiplying. Just look, just look. Now before I touch any of this, I'm gonna touch this. How's that? This will be an x. Yeah, this is a third variable, and it will be um, -1 and x -2. I think, yeah, that's how it works. And now, when we have this, I'm gonna touch this as well because this will be a x -1 and plus 1. Okay, now, after all this, I'm gonna flip this thing as a normal division of two fractions, which will be now x -1 and x -2 divided by x plus 1 multiplied by x plus 1 and x minus 1 and x plus 1. Now, there are two options we can do. Whatever we do, we're gonna end what? Actually, we have two options. We can either cancel these out, or we can. No, I think it's better we cancel these out because, well, actually depends. Because I actually don't want to have a dominator, but I need to have a dominator. So at the end of all of this is how it's gonna go. So this one cancel out this one, so it's clear. Now I either can go with this one or this one or this one. So I mean, it depends. Now it doesn't change the answer. I can go with this, and then the answer will be a x minus 2 divided by x plus 1. That's like the answer, and there is no changing it. I believe there is no changing it. Yeah, there's no changing it. Our final part of our rational equations of courses, and this part will be basically finishing it up with a normal division, which we learned in third grade. Yeah, that's all. Yeah. So I wrote a division. Now I'm gonna read you to it. Now 3x squared plus 6x plus 4 divided by x plus 1. That's how it's gonna go. Now, how do we do this? First of all, we take the first sentence. We bring it over here, and we compare it with the first sentence as well. So first sentence with first sentence. What does this have? Okay, so what does this have that this does not? It's basically 3x. That's the only thing that's missing. So what do we write? So what do we multiply this whole thing? We multiply by 3x. When we do that, this will be a 3x squared. Now, since this is a negative sign here, so we always put a negative sign under all this. This, whatever we have for this will be a negative. Okay? But if you basically get mixed up, just write the addition sign over the negative sign, so you know that you change the signs. And this will be a 3x as well. So you you decrease them, and this will be, you'll only have 3x. Now, what 3x plus 4? Now, what does 3x has that x doesn't? So you have to both add 3 here. So in this case, this will be a 3x plus minus 5. Oh, 3. Sorry, 3. Which at the end we'll only have 1. Basically, this isn't a normal division. You get what I mean, right? So there is no end to this basically division. You just seen it right here. It's now when do we know it's an end division? When our final number is not 1, it's 0. In that case, it's a finished division. Other than that, it is a unfinished division. And yeah, it was a basically normal part. Just for you to know that when you have these, now I forgot to put this sign, but when you have these divisions, just know that always compare the first sentence of your sentences and your first sentence in this side of your division. And when you have that, then it's basically all a game you're playing. Yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please make sure and subscribe. And yeah, our next course will be a geometry course. And as always, may the force be with you always.